right, this is video actually 3 in our 4-part series on the 4 most common limiting beliefs that I see come up for my clients during any sort of a launch period when you are sharing something with the world, part of your heart's creation. You've created maybe a book, maybe a course, maybe a program, maybe a coaching offer, or any other number of things. And you've probably poured your heart into either the outline and idea of this, or maybe you've already created it and you're ready to share it with the world. And then these gnarly beliefs come up and they seem to get in the way. Are you resonating with me? So I've already gone over 2 of the most common beliefs that I often see in my clients. Got a little wild hair going on. Still drying today. And the third one I'm going to share with you now is that, and a client actually told me this last week. She said, people won't want to buy what I have to offer. So who is resonating with this one? Drop a comment below and let me know if that resonates for you. People won't want to buy what I have to offer, or what you have created, or what you have intuitively downloaded and poured your heart into. So this was a very standard, common thought process for me in the beginning of my business. I would create something, usually something that had made a huge impact on my life, but then it would come time to share that with the world and be the teacher instead of the student, and I would get all in my head. And those thoughts would start to come up. No one wants to buy from me. What if only one person signs up for this group program, then it's not a group? My thoughts started to turn towards expecting it wouldn't work out versus any inkling or excitement around how incredible it was going to be or how many lives I was going to be able to support. And these thoughts were really detrimental to the way I showed up in my launch and the energy that I brought to content or to lives or really just the entire bubble of the launch. And I kept circling back to, well, if no one signs up again today. So like each day was this make or break, which is not really, but it felt like this make or break day. Every day of the launch, it was like, if no one signs up again today, then I guess no one wants to work with me. Why am I even doing this anymore? And to be truly transparent, it was quite the pity party. Quite the pity party. And it was a lot of boo-hoo, like no one likes me, no one sees my value, no one's paying attention to me. So maybe you felt similar before, and it's hard to call ourselves out on that pity party sometimes, but sometimes it's true. So here's what I want you to ask yourself, and you might even close your eyes for a moment and really get into your body and let more of the unconscious memories come up and show you the answer. So the question is, how is this related to or rooted in my past, a past memory? And you can keep your eyes closed and feel into that for as long as you need. So this could be when, say, somebody didn't like you in your life, when you were ignored, when people didn't listen to what you had to say, or when somebody else won the trophy, the medal, first place, or maybe when you came in last place, or you felt like the odd one out, which is very common for us as empaths to feel a little bit weird and different and unique. So I hope some light bulbs are going off now, that maybe there's a connection you've made, even if it's just a simple connection between this fear, this thought, this feeling of no one's going to buy what I have to offer, even though I've poured my heart into it. And even though it's changed my life so much, why will they buy from me? and how that may be related in some way. Maybe not, it's not likely going to be the exact same situation because this is a new situation, but it may be very related to an old situation where this fear was very real, very valid, and your nervous system and your internal programming has stored that. And so I'd love to know what is coming up for you if you've made any of these little connections or any light bulbs just went off. But the self-doubt is not rooted in what you've created this month, this day, this week, this year to share your offer, whatever that offer is, with the world. It's years of amplification that are unconsciously showing up in this situation in a very real way because it's reminding you of something of the past, like when you weren't liked, like when you didn't win first place, like when you didn't feel like the best. And so that is why I often say how often you post during a launch doesn't matter if your inner child is not on board with your desired outcome. And your inner child either scared shitless of that, or has a secondary gain with something in opposition, or it feels too scary. Maybe there's past trauma there. And that's why launching can bring up so much stuff. It sounds simple, like, oh, just put your offer out there. But it's actually really multidimensional and complex when we look at our patterns in our life, and especially our inner child and how he or she is still part of us and showing up. So the inner child work is where we start to break these patterns and start to recode this feeling. In this case, it's the limiting feeling or belief of people won't want to buy what I have to offer. So instead, you can enter a launch feeling confident, feeling at ease. Like, wouldn't that feel amazing to feel confident and at ease, and that there's this internal knowing that people are going to buy, that people are going to see my magic and my power and my value. And that energy that you bring to a launch is very different than what I was describing, how I used to feel 4 years ago when I started my business. And this new feeling is exactly how I want you to feel, obviously in your own way, and in your first launch of 2021, but also by getting these tools that you can use for every single launch. And that's exactly what we're going to do inside of Pulse of Your Launch, my current program. It's 14 days of launch codes, and it's the inner work that has been created to change your outer results, including lots of inner child work so that we don't self-sabotage, so that we don't get in our own way, and so that we can start to recode and change some of those more unconscious programs, bring them to the surface, become aware, recode them so that not only do they not unintentionally self-sabotage this launch, but also no other launches in the future either. All right, so if you have questions or anything that's come up during this short conversation, please let me know in the chat. The cart closes tonight for Pulse of Your Launch, and today, actually, I'm offering free coaching around launching in general. So whatever questions you have, just send me a DM. I've been doing this on Facebook and on Instagram to just provide support and to see if we're a good fit, but also to just provide some value and answer some questions that I am able to answer in a DM, so that you can start to take those first steps to have the results that you desire. Okay. The link is in my bio, or it'll be in the comments of the recording, and I hope to see you guys inside.